Sal Intern out here at Mikey Stadium. This is KnightCap, a quick recap of Army's 21-16 win over Duke. Army finishes its home slate 6-0 this season. First time they've been undefeated at home since 1996. That's a year that comes up pretty often in Army history. That team won 10 games. Army now has 8 wins with 2 regular season games left and a bowl game. Maybe at this rate, they're looking like they can get to 10. That's their 6th straight win here. Pretty gutty effort, pretty gritty effort by the Black Knights, especially in the fourth quarter. Their offense did not score in the second half. Its defense had to step up a couple times and stop Duke. Big play was a 2nd down and 10. Duke had the ball deep in their territory. Elijah Riley comes in on a blitz, sacks Daniel Jones. That's Army's 4th sack of the game. 8-yard loss. Jones throws incomplete on 3rd down, and Duke, with a little over 2 minutes left, decides to punt and see if they could stop Army's offense. Ahmad Bradshaw on the 2nd play of Army's next drive picks up a 1st down. Pretty much seals the game for the Black Knights. Just Army again, another game where it's a close game. It could be like down to a nail-biting finish, and they find ways to win. I mean, without maybe their best rushing effort of the season, but special teams played a big role in this game. Andy Davidson had a blocked punt early in the 10 seconds into the second quarter. Javari Boudreau returned it 25 yards for a touchdown. That put Army up 14-3. Bradshaw added an 18-yard run in the second quarter to make it 21-3, and you thought that the game would be over, that Army would be rolling. Duke's defense played the triple option pretty tough. There wasn't a lot of running space for the fullbacks today. Bradshaw had 96 yards, which led the team, coming off 265 yards against Air Force last week. So Army did what it needed to do. It really took up a lot of time. The time of possession it won today. It didn't get any points in the second half, but it had a long drive. Had a long drive that resulted in a missed field goal by Blake Wilson, but it was an 18-play drive that took just took a lot of wind out of Duke's sails and kept Duke's defense on the field. Time of possession here today is 32 minutes and 30 seconds for Army, so not as much as I thought, but still pretty effective. We talked to John Voight and Ryan England seniors at the press conference. 2 years ago, this team was 2-10. Lost 7 games by 7 or less points. Now they've won 8 games the last 2. This is the 2nd straight year they've won 8 games. So 16 wins in the last 2 years. Just an incredible transformation of this team, and they just keep it up. I mean, next week is at North Texas. North Texas, and right now as we speak, is 6-3. Army beat North Texas last year in the bowl game. Heart of Dallas Bowl, but North Texas won here at Mikey Stadium last year. Teams are pretty familiar with each other. It should be another competitive game. And right now, I mean, Army's, like we said, Army is looking at maybe double-digit wins for the first time in 21 years, which is just amazing feat. Coach Munkin talked about what this day and what this win meant on Veterans Day. Talked to Ryan England about it. He had his dad served. Just a real great way to send off the seniors, this senior class. About 14 guys. About 10 of them really play consistently for Army. You look at Alex Alkerman, John Voight, and Ryan England on defense, and John Voight had a really good game today. He had 5 tackles and a sack. Alex Alkerman had I believe 6 tackles today. England second game back played really well in the secondary, and just is like a presence for the back Army's defensive backfield. It's just a really different team. England was playing a lot close to the line today, and actually was in Daniel Jones's Duke quarterback's face a couple times too. The running game, Duke's played Army tough the last 3 years now against the run. Army did not reach 200 yards in the previous 2 years against Duke. They just have a good scheme, and Army was able to grind out a couple drives and, like I said, keep the clock moving. And they completed their only pass of the game. Ahmad Bradshaw found Kel Walker for a 42-yard play. That was a pretty important. It was a pretty important moment in one of Army's drives. 42 yards. Kel Walker. Kel Walker started the game with a nice punt return of 38 yards. Another good special teams play for Army. Black Knights here. It's amazing to think that another season at Michie Stadium is over for the Black Knights, but they finished 6-0. It was one of their goals. It's number 2 on their goal board of the 6 goals that they set at the beginning of the season, so they could check that one off. A couple others are winning the Commander-in-Chief's Trophy, which they will play Navy for on December 9th, and another is being a top 25 team, which Coach Munkin says that may come toward the end of this. He wants to finish the season as a top 25 team. A couple more wins, they might get there. So we'll wrap it up here from Michie Stadium. This was KnightCap. Check out my coverage on recordonline.com and follow me on Twitter, Sal Interdonato, for some photos and videos of the game. Thanks a lot.